Looks like I'm only going to have the one live stream. The other phone's got almost no charge on it. There, cool. Thank you for sending that out, YouTube. So I got the notification one out. See what happens. Might not stay on very long.
Never got worked. There are Biden officials from the previous White House who raised those questions and wondered if the president was even consulted about his legally binding signature being.
That girl's hot. That's a guy. That other guy's handsome. That's a girl. That cat is cute. That's a dog. What is everything? Wow, that girl's hot. That's a guy.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Happy St. Patrick's Day if you're Irish or if you give a shit. Either way. Um, just wanted to jump on here for a few minutes and see if my live stream's working because I had problems with it the last couple days. Hopefully, no problems today. I just saw, excuse me, I just saw that up in Canada they're having a problem with long COVID. Evidently, they had not protest, but yeah, I guess it was kind of a protest trying to get people's attention about it. This one lady said she suffered with it for 5 years, and so the reporter is asking them and asking a couple people, did they think there's any chance of it being from the shot? And every last one of them are like, nah, like they didn't even want to talk about that. You know what? If you're trying to be scientific about something or follow the science or any of that, you got to include all the information, not selectively say, well, this, and this are relevant and throw that out because I don't want to talk about it, because personally, and this is only my opinion, personally, that thing, I don't know, it was an experimental thing, How do you know that didn't have any problems with it? There's a lot of stuff coming up, not just with that, with other stuff, But if someone pays enough, scientists will say whatever they need to say to keep this fat stacks of dead presidents coming, Because when the big paycheck comes rolling at you, a lot of people, they'll fucking tell you the moon's made out of green cheese or something, whatever the hell it takes, you know? People bullshit sometimes. But you know what? I'm just saying, if they could be real about it. See, these people are walking around with masks on, right? At this protest thing, and they didn't want to talk about their status of whether they had that thing, right? Well, why you wear a mask if it's long COVID? It was 5 years. What the hell you need the mask for? You know, there was only with COVID. There's only a small window where it's infectious anyway. What 5 years later, it's still getting people infected. You know, shit just isn't making any sense to me. So anyway, the guy's wandering around talking to these people, and they're about to kick him the hell out up there. Canada's a lot worse than we got it down here with censorship, I think. Who's that? Hey, what's up? How you doing, Mixed Media? I just saw a report I was talking about. A guy from Canada, what the hell is the name of not Next News, it's shit. The guy's name's Dan Dix. He's from Canada. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, he was interviewing people, right? Walking around. And it was like a long C-19 protest thing, to bring attention that people are still walking around with this and suffering. And he was asking, is there any chance that this could be from the thing, and maybe not the virus or whatever? And every last one of them are like, nah. Yeah, they couldn't even think that there's a possibility that something went wrong with that, which bothers me. How are you going to get people to believe you if you can't look at both sides of everything? Follow the science. Okay, well, the science can go more than one way. I think they're really following the money. Whoever's putting out, the money, they'll say this and that. But anyway, it just cracked me up because that's 5 years ago. Here they're at this protest and they're still wearing their masks. And I'm thinking to myself, why? It only had an incubation period of an infectious period. I think of like originally it was like you had to stay quarantined for 10 days and it went down to 5. And then it was down to 3 days. So what the fuck? None of this the shit that we're saying or doing is making any sense. It never did. Now I'm just seeing it start to pop back up again. And do they think people are going to just follow along without questioning? Basically, it ruined the fucking world, so to speak. Economies took a nosedive, just like these planes falling out of the sky. And you got to ask yourself one question. Does that make you a complete idiot if you don't at least question shit? I think so. What's that? Carry my... Exactly, Mixed Media. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And I think people need to still use... You got a brain, use it, man. What's the harm in at least checking that possibility out? Unless you're along for the whole... You're all about depopulation and you're just helping them along by saying whatever you need to say by this thing, then you should be looking at all sides of this damn thing, and they couldn't even admit it. They didn't want to admit that they had, how many shots or whatever, but you can't tell. It could very well could be. I'm not saying it is, but it could be from that thing, and there was a hell of a lot of people 2022 were suddenly not alive anymore, or they were, sleeping with the worms, pretty quickly after that. I'm laughing about it. It isn't really funny. It's fucked up, Literally, young kids and athletes were dropping over, soccer players, and they never really gave us any reason. Nobody ever went back and dug around and didn't try to find out. I mean, I heard things, but they kind of wanted to sweep it under the rug and move it on to the next crisis or something else in the news, and they never brought forward nothing about, what's this say here? Fauci did the same shit with... Exactly. All right. We have a right to speak about that because it's our lives that are hanging in the balance. And you got to be some kind of jerk off to stop someone from speaking about that. If they're trying to get awareness because someone they know or someone they love died from the shit, then they have a right to speak. Everybody has a right to speak up, especially when they're trying to drum you out of the military or something else if you didn't get that thing. That's bullshit. Capital B, bullshit. That was wrong. And I'm not hearing any, we're sorry. You know what I mean? A lot of people, their whole life went right into the trash. And, if you're just rolling along without saying something, at least trying to get some awareness going to it, then you're part of the problem, in my opinion. They need to look at all sides. Maybe it wasn't this thing, but maybe it was. It can't stand up to a little bit of scrutiny. Why are they hiding all their information? Wait a minute. What's this say? Exactly. You're right, though. Yep. And you know something? His pardon's gone. It went up in smoke, by the way. Just today or last night, Trump signed some. All them pardons are gone, man. And they're trying to wait a minute. Basically, if what's that? Your T cell count was low for whatever reason, they could test you. Exactly. You could have cancer. You could have any number of things that could probably do that, but they never said, well, that could also be this or that. No, they were hell bent on forcing that. Man, you got the C-19. Let's go out to the parking lots and start testing more people. That's a nice sterile environment. When you got it a week ago was flipping hamburgers at Wendy's, sticking a stick up your nose to see if you were sick, The hell kind of, who were these people? Were any of them actually working in the medical field, a week before all that shit? Unbelievable. Yeah, it's nuts. It sounds almost blasphemous to deny someone's illness. But I wouldn't do that. I am, what's that? Mad that, yeah, exactly. Mistreating illness. Probably Craigslist hires. Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. It bothers me that they couldn't look at both sides of that. I'm not saying that there were. I'm just saying it needed both sides. Everything needed to be looked at fairly. Yeah, if a guy died on a motorcycle because he hit a tree at 60, 70 miles an hour, one of them ninja bikes, well, I don't think COVID had anything to do with that. Or someone got shot multiple times. What the fuck are you testing them for fucking COVID for? I didn't understand all that shit. They were literally doing that to get the numbers up. That's rotten. It's bullshit. It's all about this. It's always about this, about the money. It's always about the money. And that's one thing Robert Kennedy needs to do is try to rein in these assholes these pharmaceutical companies are detrimental to our health, in my opinion. Okay, YouTube, I'm seeing that they're all about this. I had family members that suffered with cancer and everything else. As soon as the money ran out, so did their life, because they could no longer afford the treatments. They just kind of didn't give a shit after that. My dad was paying $1,800 a month, for Lupron, I think it was. Okay. And he decided he was done fucking about with it. He basically didn't give them any more money. They were just bleeding them dry. And it was just keeping them floating, keeping them alive in misery, but not doing much of anything else other than making the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies rich. Mostly the pharmaceutical companies first. But I got a bone to pick with the doctors, too. You know what? You might be highly intelligent, but you sure as fuck ain't got no heart or backbone. If you sit there and you just roll along and tell people what the pharmaceutical company wants you to say, well, fuck you, You should have some honor and some respect for human life. I don't feel you do. If you're just taking a paycheck and, not doing the right thing, then you're part of the problem, too, in my book. What's this say? Yep. Yeah, it is. Probably, what's this? Exactly. LOL. Ridiculous. Never ever have they misclassified death so overtly. You're right. And again, since when did the emergency room go out into the fucking parking lots of Burger King or what the hell? They just collect samples of whatever's growing in your nose. And go tell you your life's over, start getting your boosters so you have a chance to maybe live to next week. ridiculous. The whole thing was a fucking clown show on steroids. And I'm just looking back at it today. I was watching that thing. I was laughing on one hand at how stupid shit was. And then on the other hand, I started getting ticked off and pissed off because we had to live with that shit. And we all kind of got quiet because you had your Karens out there. If you said anything, they were going to burn your world down, cancel you, get 8 other Karens to come over and piss on your lawn and raise hell in your life, just totally destroy everything. And the piss on your lawn thing, I'm thinking about signs on it. There you go. Get your boosters. Yeah, exactly. Out there hawking for this disease. Unbelievable. Oh my God, it's horrible. Yeah, my dad went through hell. And yeah, he had cancer and he had it for years. But again, that's the pharmaceutical company. What's that? Oh, okay. Nah, that's why. Because it's what I'm talking about. They're cutting me in and out. Yep. So probably gonna have to either change the subject or hop off of here. I'll change the subject. Let's see. I can't think of anything else right this moment. Unbelievable. Can you hear me? 5x5 there. Mixed media. Can you hear me? There. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Hey, how you doing? Hello from Germany. Hamburg. You're in Hamburg? Okay. What's the weather like over there, brother? Let's Ingo. What's the weather like over there right now? Dang it, you are still cutting out. Logo can... Wait a minute. Ingo, can you hear? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably about what I was talking about. But it just aggravated me. I don't want to sit there and not say something because a lot of people got a raw deal on that. That's all I'm going to say. Jump on to different subjects here. Wait a minute. The other thing I was looking at was, what's this say? Wait a minute. Weather here is terrible. My greenhouse is in pieces, and we're going to have a ratchet strapped out camper down tonight so it doesn't blow off the foundation. Yeah. The weather's been bad all out in the center of America. I think Indiana, Kentucky, all got heavy duty rain out there. Someone's solar panel blew off and hit our camper. Oh, shit. Are you guys getting tornadoes out there where you're at, Mixed Media? Because I heard a shit ton of tornadoes were happening all over the place. Propane tanks blowing all over the place. And trash. Yeah, you don't want a propane tank blowing in a tornado is like having a torpedo coming at you. You know what I mean? Hit your house, it could probably blow up if it creates a spark and a crack in the tank. Yeah, evidently there was like 36 people died last night in different states or something from tornadoes. What's that? And the jackass delivery driver let my package blow. Instead of just putting anything within arm's reach on top. Yeah. Yep. There's another minimum wage paid idiot. Didn't give a shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. So anyway, else I wanted. Oh, I know what it was. Uh, all his pardons are up in smoke. I think I might have been mentioning that a couple seconds ago. Making more work for him. Exactly. Biden's pardons are going up in smoke, and Fauci's got one of them pardons, some fake pardons that they're handing out like candy down there at Washington. Like, if you're in there, they're just throwing you a pardon because everybody down there seems to be corrupt. It's so spotty still. Can you hear me at all? I wonder if you know what, mixed media, maybe I ought to end it and then start a new live stream. You think that'll help? I could. Yes, I'm saying what's up. What I'm saying is, should I end the live stream and then come back on and do another one? It might be a better audio. I don't know whether that's the problem. Actually, the problem is this was the subject I started off with, I think. Can you hear me now at all? So I'll keep going live here. Okay. How you doing? How's everybody doing there today? Yeah, what the hell? I was talking about tornadoes and stuff. There's been a shit ton of them. Fred, did you guys have any tornadoes out where you're at? I know you had a hell of a lot of rain. I wonder, can you guys hear me? Did they freeze the chat again? Wait a minute, hang on. It seems like it's delayed, so. Anyway, I'm going to go back to what I was talking about, not the original thing, because that's what's it. I'll try to go out and come back. Maybe it's on my end for some reason. It's probably what I was saying early on, but it's a shame you can't even speak about this shit because it really concerns everybody that we should be at least allowed to speak up. And I'm not going against their thing is. I'm just trying to. People need to know. That's all. But whatever. What's this say? I'll try to go ahead. Okay. We'll wait a couple seconds, see if she comes back in and she can hear me. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Keep talking. Biden's pardons are all blown away in the wind. Yeah, all of them. I think everybody that was counting on the pardons, they're shit out of luck. Because basically he didn't sign them. It's auto pen, and he might not even had the pen anywhere near him. Somebody else was signing that shit. You know what? I think I'm going to end it and maybe come back on like literally a minute or so. Come back on and try a new one. See if you guys get hunt me down. I'm going to do another one and we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be a better live stream. Give me a moment. All right.